Before you hit your first 6 figures and before you hit your first 7, you had to step into the role of the CEO who is running a 6 or 7 figure business, right? The same goes with starting or scaling events. You must step into the identity of being a visionary event leader. You are not an event planner. In today's episode, we're going to talk about 3 mindset shifts to help you get there. Inquiring minds want to know, how are entrepreneurs like us daring bravely to build a stage, ditch the sweatpants, and step up to the mic? How do we create our own transformative events so we can get our message out into the world in a bigger way? It's not only profitable, but it's actually something we can be proud of. That's the question, and the answers are inside this podcast. My name is Sarah Pfeiffer. Welcome to Green Room Central. Hey, it's Sarah. I have an invitation for you. Right now, you can join entrepreneurs from across the globe who share a passion for hosting their own events. Become part of the community that inspires and cheers you on over at greenroomcentral.com. Welcome, Linchpin Nation, to this episode of Green Room Central. So thrilled to have you here. And we're talking all about what it means to be a visionary live event leader and how you step into that role within your business. I think it's easy to think that we're planning an event and to step into this role of event planner, but that would be a mistake because a planner is very task oriented. And as the CEO of your business, your role is to be strategic, is to be a visionary. And that's why I want you, as you start or scale events in your business, to be giving yourself the title of visionary live event leader, not event planner. I really want you to elevate your role and your thinking as you go into this process of starting or scaling events in your business. And so today I want to give you 3 very specific things that you need to do or think of or step into as you move into this new season in your business of event leadership. The first thing is to know your numbers. And this is so important because, and it's just like any other area of your business, you wouldn't be running ads to a funnel if you didn't know the numbers. The same holds true for your events. You need to know the numbers of all of the things of, in your promotion leading up to the event, just like you would measure in a funnel of like who's been shown an ad, who has clicked, who has opted in, who has, came to the webinar, who stayed past the offer, who bought, like that level of detail and awareness of your metrics is so important in order to treat this event that you're stepping into as the repeatable experience that it can be, the repeatable, scalable experience that it can be. And so not only are you going to know your numbers of how you're promoting the event, but you're also going to know your numbers of what it's costing you to host this event, what you're bringing in, what you're putting out. It's so important. And to measure the money that's being spent and the money that's coming in very specific categories, and measure those categories event over event over event. Because when you do that, you're able to predict, okay, I know how much about this is going to cost, or I know about how much this is going to bring in. And I know that that's an area where I want to add a little bit more budget next time, or this is an area where we didn't need to have a placeholder for that much money because it doesn't cost that much. Like, knowing your numbers is a very true sign of being that visionary live event leader. So that's number one. I want you to know your numbers. Number two, I want you to delegate. I want you to ask yourself the question at every stage of the planning process, like, what decision do I need to make today in order to do less tomorrow? And I know that's really kind of vague, but if you think about any other place of your business where you were able to start delegating to a VA or a team member, you had to get really clear on what actions are being taken and which ones require you and which ones don't require you. And that is true with events, just like they are any other part of your business. And so I want you to go into this process of starting or scaling events in your business with the mindset that delegation is important. It's important to have support, and that you cannot show up as your highest and best self in front of your guests if you're doing all of the things. If you're the one who's schlepping all of the boxes into the event, and then you're going right from that to setting up the tech to, reviewing your notes to, stepping up to the mic or in front of the circle of guests you've brought together, you're not going to be in the right headspace to serve with excellence. And I know if you're here listening to this podcast, you are like me. You appreciate things that are done well and done with excellence, and you expect nothing less from what you're going to put out for your guests. And so I want you to go into this process of event leadership and knowing that you need to delegate. And so be looking at every part of the process and thinking through, like, do I need to be involved in this? Yes or no? And if no, who could this go to? Hey, I don't want you to miss out. Did you know that this conversation always continues inside the Lynchpin Nation community? It's a free, modern discussion forum exclusively for Green Room Central listeners that will have a profound impact on the way you look at events in your business. Get answers to your biggest questions, hear behind-the-scenes nuggets from event leaders, and get access to helpful templates, guides, and checklists as you start and scale events in your business. Be part of the daily discussion with entrepreneurs just like you. You can join for free over at greenroomcentral.com. I'll see you inside. The third thing that I wanted to cover with you today is I want you to go into the process of planning your events with the lens of, I'm building a machine. I'm building something that's repeatable. I'm building something that's scalable. When you create processes, they give you the confidence to start, but they also give your events the foundation to scale. And I do not want you to ever get into a place where you've created this magical, awesome experience for your guests and it's crushing you or your team to put it on again and again. And so you just want to stop. And that typically happens when a business hasn't gone into the process with the mindset that this is going to become a repeatable thing. Even if this is a one-time experiment, even if you have no plans to host this event again, I want you to go in to the planning process with the lens that you are going to repeat it, that it is going to be something that's scaled. Because when you do that, you put processes in place, or you think about what could become a process or what could become something that's delegated. And it's really a life-giving, confidence-building process to think about your events as if it is a machine. I hope this conversation today has been helpful. I hope that it started to get the wheels turning in a little different way in your brain about the role that you play as a visionary live event leader in your business, and how it's different than just thinking that you're now taking on this event planner role. You need to think more strategically if this is going to be a long-term play in your business. And I think it is. I think you would agree. And I want you to know you don't have to have 100% certainty to step into this ring of hosting your own events, of scaling the ones that you already have. You just need a commitment and an openness to learn and grow. And you're already committed and showing me that by showing up for this podcast. And I appreciate that. Thank you for listening to the Green Room Central podcast. If you loved this episode, then please take a screenshot on your phone and post it to Instagram. And be sure to tag @SarahPfeiffer and let me know why you liked it and what you'd like to hear or who you'd like to hear from in the future. That'll help me know what to create for you. Now, most successful entrepreneurs see themselves growing their business using events, and that means financial abundance and security and freedom. But you don't have to lose months or even years trying to figure it out alone. I'm here with the strategy that you need to get moving now. You can apply today at greenroomcentral.com to work with me in a private setting as we dive deep into the inner workings of your events and business, receive mentorship, personalized feedback, and customized guidance to define your goals and achieve your next level of success. Go to greenroomcentral.com right now to apply. Now, in case you're curious, this podcast is built on Kajabi. I am loving how easy it's been to get things set up, but more so, I'm thrilled that my entire business is run within one platform. From my emails to pages to course, and now to my podcast. It's all under one roof. If you love simplicity and scalability as much as I do, then go to greenroomcentral.com to get a free 14-day trial from Kajabi. I appreciate your commitment to leveling up and learning the mindset and strategy of live events. Keep going, keep learning. If you want more, head over to greenroomcentral.com for show notes and all the links from today's episode.